Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to wherever you're watching from to another cricket.com watchalong. Talking about the Women's T20 League as Mumbai are playing UP, and boy, so far so good. And I say that because if you're a spin fan, you'd have loved what you saw out there. Because look, right now as it stands, 128 is what UP require to beat this Mumbai juggernaut. And I'm Avnish Hegde, and hopefully you guys are going to have some fun today because we're going to be not doing one game but two as well. So look forward to that. I'm going to be, of course, welcoming a lot of people, but I'm really, really delighted to, of course, welcome back Vaishali on the platform. She was not there for a week for different reasons, but one of the reasons being that she went for a game herself to Mumbai. How was that experience, and how are you for starters?
Thank you, Avnish. I am very well. I hope you guys all are. And yeah, I went to Mumbai. I didn't want to miss this inaugural WPL, and I had to mark my presence. So that's the reason I went to Mumbai, and that was the reason I wasn't there in the last couple of games. But it was amazing. I actually watched this game, the reverse picture, MI versus UP, and it was just awesome. The atmosphere was awesome. Just to see the domestic players out there enjoying themselves at the bigger stage, so amazing. That was amazing. And today, I think the way UP had performed, it's amazing because with now the wickets slowing down, UP will back themselves with the top class spin attack they have in Sophie Cliston, Rajeshwari, obviously Deepti Sharma, and today they gave the chance to Prashvi as well. Very excited to see her as well. She showed some googly, some her leg spin, but then she went for some runs, didn't get the wicket, but she was top class. So yeah, a good bowling performance from UP. Hopefully they get the win. If UP get the win, the things becomes very exciting because with RCB
I am a
and
Mumbai
GG.
fan today, and I was just going to bring that point up. And someone's kindly remind me to fold my sleeves in the comments below. We will get to that, of course. But thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Do give us a shout out on our social media platforms as well. And we'll, of course, talk about the chase once it unravels in about 5 minutes' time. But as we speak about the points table, right? Mumbai unbeaten. If you guys are watching this for the first time, they haven't lost a single game. They're sitting top of the pops, pretty in 10 points. And right now, their 100% record is at stake if UP, like Vaishali was reiterating, that they can get 128. But I want Mumbai to win because it just sets it up nicely for Bangalore to make a potential third spot entry. I know it's wishful thinking, but the other game is also crucial, right? Because
Yeah,
if
Gujarat
Gujarat win that, it's
it's kind of
curtains. It's
virtual
curtains for
eliminator for
Bangalore.
RCB.
Yeah, for
It's kind
sure.
of that. So if RCB doesn't win that, then yeah, obviously. But then UP winning it, I think UP is kind of team which is great leveler, right?
True.
They gave RCB that win which was needed, and now they are potentially they're gonna win this against the undefeated Mumbai
It's
Indians.
crazy.
So
By the
amazing.
way, I just wanted to kind of ask you this because we're seeing it at the corner of our eye, all the wickets to, of course, fall in that first innings, and some absolute comedy of errors there. We saw one with Dipti Sharma where she ran out Wong, and she could have gone for the non-strikers when she was bowled, and we were looking at it at the time saying, "Oh my God, what a silly mistake she's made." But we had egg on our face. I mean, some great feeling, but some shocking feeling as
Yeah.
well. How would you sum up what you've seen so far?
I think their bowling has actually kind of can say has put a paper on their fielding efforts because fielding was not top notch. Some easy catches were dropped by Anjali and one from Kiran as well. Some very comedy of errors even in the field as well. We have seen some easy stops could have been there, but then like this is the
And this
catch I
is
was
your
referring to.
beloved Kiran Nivkar.
So it's not
Oh,
like again the roasting part is
this
on.
is the roasting part.
Yeah, but then I felt the way they ball today has actually covered up for everything else.
Yeah.
Even the fielding. I think Easy Wong's catch should have been taken.
Yeah.
And you know what? The last run that you're talking about, if we see it can go both the direction. We
True.
can say what a presence of mind because she has hit on the end where Easy Wong was quite a lot. Actually, hitting was very well. She has kind of scored 32 runs.
Yeah.
And if you remove that 32 runs from Mumbai side, I think Mumbai is somewhere around 80, 90.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I think that was the presence of mind. We can say if it would not have been a run out, we could have said what an error she has done. So it can
Indeed.
go both the way, but grateful that it has worked out in UP's favor.
Oh yeah, like I think when I was driving towards work, they were 78 for 5, so they'd be happy for the last 50 runs that they could
Yeah.
manage. And remember, Mumbai have a great bowling attack.
Exactly.
You just saw the purple cap list over there. The Seka is shot 12, and then Sophie Kilston with her 3 for 15 today has gone to 12 as well. Katie Matthews is someone who is, of course, part of both races, the orange cap and the purple cap. but they'll need Sehka to come good. What will be Mumbai's strategy right now? They've relied on Sehka on the power play. They, of course, have good options in Izzy Wong herself. She's got some runs. She can get some confidence with the ball. Do you think the power play from a Mumbai perspective is super crucial?
Yeah, I think if they can get some runs, 2, 3, especially if they can get
Yeah.
heavy out. I think because UP has also not done very well with their middle order or lower order. So if they can get some important breakthroughs in the power play, say Healy's out, then definitely the pressure is on UP.
Yeah.
And I think they have a good spin attack. So we have seen so far spin was the key to win. We can
Correct.
say for UP. So these guys also have the spin. If Saika, Amelia Kerr, Harry Matthews, all of them can come good. Even Humaira Kazi for that matter. Even Harmanpreet can ball the spin. So I think spin is what the key will be. But they'll obviously want to give it to Easy Wong and see if she can get some initial seam movement and see if they can get easy early wickets. I think UP will also can make some error and it will be difficult for them to chase down.
Yeah, I mean, it's important you say the spin factor because look, even if you look at what they had to boast about in the first innings, 4 spinners. Rajeshri Gaikwad also enjoyed herself. Dipti Sharma, like we mentioned, and not to forget Sophie Eccleston, and of course the leg spinner who impressed us. Yeah, she was pretty good because she bowled a couple of googlies and whatnot. By the way, do give us a subscribe if you're watching, and also get involved in the comments because it'll be important to know what you guys think and whether you think Mumbai will suffer their first defeat. I hope that run goes on because honestly, I would have hoped you'd be winning any other day, but I'm now looking at it from a Bangalore perspective. For sure, 100%. Now, we do have, of course, few guests joining us in the course of the evening, and we'll get them on right now. And Shaunak, if Nix is joined, please add him in, and Mohit, because both of them are fine minds and lovers of the women's game. Boys, good to see you. Nix, I'll come to you first. A spirited performance in the field from UP. I know a couple of errors in the field, but on the whole, you must be thoroughly entertained.
Yeah, that Dipti Sharma run out.
Yeah, brilliant.
Great. You
Which
don't
one?
think
Which
her-
one?
Easy ones.
the first one.
Oh,
The first one.
The
It
second
is.
one also.
It is.
Yeah.
See, of course, you'll say that live. It looked like what was she doing, trying to run Wong out. But then that was the wicket that mattered.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have helped had she taken the pails over the other end and to hit bullseye.
Yeah.
Not just once, but do it again. Class, quality, and just make sure they. And again, to the point of Mumbai, we talked about them struggling. If you take out Matthews and Skiver early, this team will have to find new heroes. They did not find one today. Easy Wong did play a very crucial role. I think it could still be match winning. But again, something that I'm sure they will look at. We need to give them more chances. The Aman Jots, Dara Gujar batted so low. You have to give them, promote them up. And I'm sure we'll hear a few more names from Vaishali, who I hope is fine. And yeah, we're all missing Jasi after playing.
I'm supporting UP today.
Thank you so much.
She's changed it all over. Mohit, I'll come to you because Nick's touched upon it. What was evident in that first innings was the regular kind of losses of wickets at crucial intervals for Mumbai, and that's never kind of been happening so far for them. Do you think this is the first time in the tournament they were being really put under the pressure with the bat?
They were under serious pressure in the last match as well against UP, but then Harmanpreet Kaur and Nat Silverbrand had that great partnership on that day, and obviously they also had a little bit of luck because Harman was bowled that day, but the bails didn't come off. So I think they have been put under pressure at various points in this tournament, but like mostly the top 5 have dealt with it. Today was probably the first time where they lost all of their top 5 within the first 15 overs or so. And yeah, so that, like Nikhil was mentioning, brought in a lot of their batters who hadn't either had a bat or faced less than 10 balls before today in the tournament. And on a pitch like this, where the ball was gripping as well as turning, it's never easy to get going from the first ball, especially for batters who've not played a lot of deliveries. So I think they had opportunities a couple of times in the tournament to push up Amanjot Kaur and Humaira Kazi, but they didn't do that. And today, somewhere I felt it ended up costing them because those people didn't have enough game time or match time before coming into bat today.
Yeah, I mean, it's rather food for thought that because if you look at this Mumbai team and what they've done throughout the tournament, they've had just big wins, and sometimes their low order haven't had opportunities with the bat. And if you've given them those opportunities, maybe it would have been a different story. But look, they can't complain where they're at. The second innings is going to, of course, resume right now. So join us wherever you are, and we'll give you, of course, a live commentary. We'll give you insights, stats. We can, of course, refer to, because now we at least have a bigger sample size. We're heading into the business end of the tournament. 128. Can UP consign Mumbai to their first defeat?
Yes.
Vaishali says yes. Nick says yes. Mohit, who are you going for?
I think I'd go for UP because they have a very
What
long.
do you? You're a converted Mumbai fan.
No, I am a Mumbai fan, but as an expert, I feel you have to be objective. And I feel like this is probably going to be a walk in the park for UP because they bat till number 9 and they have the kind of batters who don't have a problem scoring at a runner ball, which is what they need today. And they have some good players of spin, like even Devika Vaidya is a lot more comfortable against spin than pace. Deepti Sharma is another one who plays spin pretty well. So I don't see this target being a problem for UP. Had Mumbai got into 150, it would have been difficult for UP. But this is just over a runner ball, so I don't think UP will face too many problems today.
Correct. But having said that, Nikhil, it's Mumbai we're talking about. Arguably the best attack we've seen in the league so far. They have weapons in their armory. They've started with Siva. You're guessing maybe Wong next over. Then, of course, Seka comes in. It's not a cakewalk, this, right? I know other teams are sure 128 they can knock it off, but Mumbai.
Yeah, but then see that the tactical call will be whether they hit UP with pace early on. Because the problem with that is if you try Skiver, Wong, and everyone, I'm sure Alisa will take more strike and she'll try and get those boundaries in. So that dilemma will always be there, that how do you plan those matchups, because the runs are not too many. And this is not a chase where you could afford to give away 4 or 5 boundaries, because then it will just set the platform for them to follow. So I think the first 2 overs will be crucial for Mumbai to strike. If they strike, then they can have any chance of, trying to choke in terms of do not give away easy singles. Try to force them to make the mistake, and which is where Alisa's wicket to pace could be the game, because then they could attack the rest with pace, because remember they do have Talia and Grace Harris, and I don't think they mind facing anything and anybody in this system. So UP do look like 80-20 favorites. 20 is only for the risk of losing wickets in the power play, but as Mohit said, the rate is not too much to force the mistake. So Mumbai will have to work extra hard to create those fall shots.
That is true. Now, I was just peering into the last scorecard, because remember, UP and Mumbai played each other. In fact, Vaishali went for that game and she was privy to see that live. Lucky her. That game, Elisa Healy got runs, remember? 59 of them. Sorry, 58 correction. As well as Talia McGrath. Now, those two definitely hold the key. But who else really threatens in that batting lineup? Of course, later on, you look at people like Deepti and Eccleston, who can definitely more than contribute with the bat. Others, do they really kind of give you a scare? I know you love your Kiran Abdul,
Yeah.
of course. but what confidence do you have?
Yeah, I think you're right. Like that convincing innings has not come yet from any other batter, especially Indian batter from UP side.
Yeah.
Even Kiran Abgire, Simran Sheikh, even Shweta Sehrawat got so many chances, and today she is not part of the 11. And I think that was a good call also, because if you're not using her in the top 6 or top 7, she's originally an opener, but then you have given chance to Prashvi Chopra. So I feel that today is the day where I hope that Elisa Harry, first of all, she converts into a big one, and they don't end up in a situation wherein they are in a very big trouble. But yeah, you are right that not very convincing innings from any other Indian batter so far from UP camp. So hopefully today is the day where they can actually take some time, settle in, and then do the job for their team.
The only other time I remember a UP batsman scoring runs, batter correction, was Devika Vaidya herself in that 10-wicket win against Bangalore.
Even the first match.
Even the first match as well. Of course, with a 50.
Yeah.
But that one comes to mind. Now, Hayley Matthews is going to be operating now. Oh, hey, what a catch that is! What a catch that is from Harmanpreet Kaur. Take a bow, and Devika Vaidya perishes.
It's like Steve Smith type of catch.
That is Steve Smith-esque, but I think even better than Steve Smith, if I'm totally honest with you. Nix, I know, like, in the grander scheme of things, you're not happy with that, but that is just beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's great. It's just you need those tunnels when you're defending a low score. As you said, everything has to work your way to put them under pressure. But I think time's running out really for Devika. I don't know how Vaishali looks at it, but I feel there are enough top order options that they've had in the past. They've tried to use in the past, but they haven't quite come off. And maybe it may be putting a lot of pressure on Elisa to then play a different role, which she may not want to do that. So very interested to see how they go about the opening pair because Devika's only had one good game, and that too came against RC. I mean, let's not go there. Where who yeah, it was on
Honestly,
the red color team. They love to make people in form, but I think pressure on Devika. But ideal start for Mumbai. And again, we talked about playing spin better, but then that's the problem. You'll have to get better at execution in terms of. I don't think it was a wicket taking ball, but
yeah.
Yeah,
the
I think the dot
form
ball pressure was
that
something,
the
kind of.
form, the conditions, and how you are playing as a player makes a lot of difference in how you approach every ball. So I don't know how much you can read into it, but now Kiran's again another chance for Kiran to play a knock where she doesn't have to go every ball. So I
True.
hope she's not swinging from like she takes her time, but suddenly she feels the rush that okay, I need to hit 4 5 boundaries in a row. I
Yeah.
hope that is not the case because the run rate is not asking for that much. But
I
again,
hope
what a
that
catch!
is the case, actually. I hope
I
that
hope
Navgiri commits that exact problem that Nikhil says, because
no.
sometimes he predicts these things to happen and it does happen. So let's see if that unravels a
No,
similar way.
I think I agree. Today she has to play with that temperament because there is no scoreboard pressure as such.
Agree with Bharat?
How
You
will
think?
Kiran gets out today will be interesting by sweeping. Yeah, yeah. But I hope that's what we were discussing. I hope that she takes to that temperament level today. She plays a long innings today. No need of hitting any shots. You know that what is the score that is in front of you.
Yeah.
Play according to it. Even if you take 10 balls and make only 5 runs, you are still there. You can still cover it up. So today is the day where you can actually be there, take that confidence, take your team over the line and win it for them.
Yeah, I mean, I hope she does that because it'll get Mumbai into the game. Because look, I mean, right now it's been a tight over. This might be called a wide. I still have not got Mohit's reaction on that catch. Mohit, catch at the tournament, real quick from you so far.
No, not really. Like the Radha Yadav and Shikha Pandey catches were better, at least for
Yeah.
me. We've seen like Harman do this many times. Of late, she very rarely fields in the slips. The only reason she was fielding was because Haley Matthews was bowling. Had it been any other bowler, it would have been Haley Matthews fielding at slip. But yeah, that was a great catch. But I think, like Nick said, it's just reflective of the poor form that Devika Vaidya has been in because. Most other days you'd like expect her to hit that ball through the covers for either a boundary or at least a single, if not a boundary. So yeah, I think it's just a reflection of the poor form that Devika Vaidya has been in, but great catch. And like this is the thing about Harmanpreet Kaur. She's now like almost in her mid-30s, but age has not slowed her down in the field at all. We saw her take a great catch in the last match as well, and that was in the covers. So I think like she still remains one of India's best fielders, if not the very best, because she now doesn't field a lot in the outfield. But in the inner ring or in a catching position, her reflexes are still among the very best in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it was a sensational grab, and it could just be that little spark that Mumbai want in terms of defending this modest 128. Let us know in the comments below if you think Mumbai can pull that off. And there's so many options. That's what I love about this Mumbai team, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Harmanpreet can look at that particular bowling lineup she has, and she has Nat Siva, Izzy Wong, Seka, Haley Matthews. She can, of course,
Amanjot Kaur,
toss it
Humaira
to
Karachi.
Humair. I mean, she hasn't used that much, let's be honest. But again, like you mentioned, UP has a batting, I mean, tail of till number 9, but even the bowling options from a Mumbai perspective is good to see. Now, Nat Silverbrunt will continue 2 for 1, 2 overs gone. So this is a
Two overs
perfect,
gone, and this
perfect
is the
start.
first delivery He's facing.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite shocking because the captain's
Yeah.
just been watching everything from the non-strikers end.
I think the way UP has kind of selected their team has
Yeah.
been very interesting.
Mhm.
First match, Grass Harris did that, unimaginable thing, and then you dropped her
Yeah.
because you were playing against Mumbai and you wanted Shabnam Smile to be in your team. So that was something, kind of mind blowing. I can never relate to what has happened.
Yeah.
After that, you gave Shweta Sarat like 4 or 5 games, and then you dropped her and you brought back Devika Vaidya at the opening slot. Maybe because she kind of has that left hand option.
Yeah.
And then and playing Shweta Sehrawat at the back where she has kind of never played in her life.
Correct.
So, and then again, now if you see, you didn't give ball to Devika Vedya, and Devika Vedya has opened. Today couldn't do well. Now again, you'll bring back Shweta, or will you give chance to Devika Vedya?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly chopping and changing. It's a knee-jerk reaction. Call it whatever you want. But Nikhil, what is the reason for this? Because you mentioned it there that Devika Vedya, I think, really needs to get a couple of innings, maybe more, to even at least be in that talk right now. But how are UP picking the team? Because it's only that couple of problems there. Pretty much 9 players sorted, right?
There's just a risk coming. I hope it's not out.
Oh, Nikhil is a soothsayer, and the plan and the trap was there. Oh my God, that was deep square leg, begging to be, of course, swallowed, but she puts it down. And the patience of Nat Siva, I mean, it kind of was leg side-ish and straight to that fielder, but she puts it down. Amanjot Kaur
She
would
has
be
done
proud.
actually good ground fielding, like at the back, like at the deep.
Nat
but then
Siva
it was-
knows it. That's
yeah.
a big opportunity. That could be the game.
Yeah, actually.
That could
And
be.
you could see it coming. To be very honest,
No,
given the
you
dots.
could see it coming, which is brilliant to you as well. Catch that!
Look
Oh,
out!
she put it down. Is that 2-2 for Mumbai where they put down? Nat Siva's reaction tells us so. At backward point this time. Can you believe it? 3
It's
for
all
1.
happening.
It's all happening.
today.
Indian
Okay.
fielding is really pathetic.
I
I mean,
think these guys also have to step down. It was Amelia Kar, by the way.
Yeah,
not
this
Indian
one
fielder.
was Amelia Kar.
Yeah.
and that was
I
a
mean-
dolly. Oh no, it wasn't Amelia Kar. It was Humera.
Yeah.
Sumaya?
Yeah, it was Humera.
I know two. I seen one game where Pollard dropped Michael Assi 4 times. All at point.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was at the venue. The team in yellow got bowled out for 80 odd.
Catch that!
Oh.
Oh, it's over the head of mid-off for 4. What are we
I think
seeing?
these guys have to relax themselves. It's not like 180 that you are chasing.
It is
Please talk to
ridiculous.
yourself and then just run a ball. Just rotate the strike, right? You'll still get it.
I mean,
What's the hurry?
Mohit, what's the best word to describe that over? Because eventful comes to mind, but I'm sure you have better.
I think topsy-turvy would be one way because Mumbai experienced the whole range of emotions, I feel, just in those last 3 balls. And the bowling wasn't great. Both those deliveries deserve to be hit for a 6 and a 4. So you can't blame Alisa Healy. Maybe the placement of the shots could have been better, but both those balls were asking to be hit. And one was obviously Healy and the second one was Kiran Navgire. But just to come back to what Nix and Vaishali was saying, I feel Kiran Navgire should actually play her natural game here, and she should be given a free license in this match, because imagine if she gets a 30 of 15 here or even a 40 of 20, that just seals the match, and UP have enough of batting to follow. So I don't really want her to go in a shell and try to just see off the bowling or anything of that sort. I'd much rather have Kiran Navgire playing her natural game. If she gets out, so be it, because there's enough of batting to follow who can do that runner ball thing or just see the bowlers out kind of thing. So if I was the UP captain or coaching staff, I'd be giving Kiran a free license and telling her to go hard in the power play.
Yeah, that's key, right? Because they all have certain roles.
Exactly.
And I don't know if Kiran likes to play the waiting game. I mean, of course, she's taken a couple of sighters here. She's had the element of luck. But if she can come good, nothing better for the UP
No, I think
team right now.
Mohit is right. That
Oh,
natural game is kind of hitting.
a lucky edge there, and that'll trickle away for 4 because that kind of kept low. And Healy Matthews was potentially with a chance there. But look, Healy's getting the rub of the green right now, and UP will need that. Sorry, Vaishali.
I was saying that what Mohit was mentioning is right. Actually, Kiran's natural game is kind of hitting it.
Yeah.
It's not she's not someone who will hold back because of any bowler.
Yeah.
She plays to the merit of the bowler, I guess, and if it's in her slot, she backs her, and then she backs her strength, and she tries to hit it. But then why we were saying that she kind of can play throughout this inning is because you need that one defining moment or one defining innings in your tournament so far to say that okay, I was there. Because today she has that opportunity, she has that liberty to go that way.
Yeah.
If she thinks that the ball is in her slot, she can definitely hit it. But then it's not necessary to hit every ball. So today is the day where she can get that confidence back to say, okay, I was there and I did the job for the team. I took my team over the line. So that is why we were saying that today she has the liberty to pace her innings accordingly. Do not go for every shot, and still you can, play your natural game.
Yeah, situational cricket may be the word that Vaishali just was to describe this. 14 to 1, 3.5. I'm wondering how long Mumbai will hold Sekar back. Will we see her next over? Oh, that's a beautiful shot. She's timed the bones out of that for six.
Wow, what a shot.
That is beautiful from Kiran Navgere to end the over of Katie Matthews. And look, Mohit said it. The fact that, look, why hold your natural instincts back when you can do and produce shots like that? Guys, both the right-handers out there, it begs for that inevitable question of Sekar Ishaq. They had a little poll question as well in terms of Eccleston or Sekar, who has a better guile, and it was 51-49. Nix, which side of the fence are you on?
Sophie, to definitely begin with, Saika will have her test. See, you would not want to get carried away. We've seen a lot of people have great first seasons. So the test is when you are now expected to do well and then how you do. So I think that's where Saika, I'm sure she will catch up. There is no doubt about it. And also, just to close the conversation that we were having before about the changes that UP have had.
Yeah,
I think they wanted, it was probably a pre-decided call that they'll rotate between Grace Harris and Shabnam Ismail, which is why one of them kept falling sick for some reason in every alternate games, only for one to feature. And it's also to do with how you want to manage the caliber of players. I mean, Shabnam Ismail is a great name, fastest bowler in the system. So it's not easy to bench her as well. But the one thing that I found sometimes surprising is the usage of Talia Megra with the ball. She's not bowled in a couple of games. So that just makes you feel that, okay, maybe you're relying too much on one type of bowling because they haven't even used Devika as much with the ball. So I think maybe that's why they're still figuring out that, okay, we still have 8-9 fair players fixed, but there are a couple of chinks, and the opening and the usage of Shweta is something that I'm very keen to see how they do, because the insistence with Devika is because they've paid so much. You want to even give her the opportunity that, okay, we've shown the faith in you with the amount given. Let's give you the best opportunity to make the most of it. So in that sense, I think they've tried to give her the best possible cushions that, okay, don't worry, you'll not be dropped. Open, have a good game. But that game hasn't come. So even if they go down the route that, okay, let's take her down the order, I hope the communication from the system is clear that it's just for you to get some time off, figure it out while we try Shweta out up top. And the thing is, you benefit more by having a Shweta up top as compared to Devika Vedya, but that's my opinion. So it's the same with Kiran Navgiri. As Mohit says, here if she comes off, it's a great thing for her and her confidence, as Vaishali said. The only thing is you don't want a cameo of 17 runs. You want a knock of 40, 45. And that is a knock and not just a 13 ball, 21 or something kind of a cameo, because that is going to give you far more confidence that you can play such knocks very often. So, that's the way I hope they'll.
And the fact that she did get that 50 under her belt early on, but it just hasn't really clicked for her. So let's see, 11 or 13 so far. And it's a cat and mouse game right now in the last 5 balls so far, because Elisa Healy started with this over, at least on strike. And so far, Sekar has kind of found, at least, Kiran wanting. Let's see how this over ends, because as you can see, I think Mumbai at this point in time just lost the wicket of Yastika. So it's wasn't a good start from either side, not brisk by any stretch. I think there might be a change in bat here for Kiran Navgere. She's managed to break the toe end of it. Bharat Kotwani going on to say every player getting chances, they're not performing. Can you elaborate, Bharat? In terms of just who are you kind of hinting towards in terms of this game or generally the league? And I think Subodh was asking me early on about the evening game. Of course, I'm going to be supporting them. Will they win tonight? I have no idea. I don't know which Bangalore will show up. I hope that inspirational speech that Virat had of them, with them in the dressing room, has kind of really helped, because he said it doesn't matter to win an IPL and all of that. But look, as long as something's in the right direction, we can wait and watch. That's in the 9 o'clock, by the way. But terrific first over, 21 for 1, 5 overs gone. And what's happening in the next 5 to 6 overs?
I think see the ball, hit the ball.
Okay.
Just like that.
Because they have Talia McGrath as well,
Yeah.
who can come in and play that cameo.
I think Alisa Haley will look to play throughout the innings
Yeah.
because she want to ensure that they win this game, and I think the other batter will take their
Just
chance.
bat around her.
Yeah.
Mr. Lodha going on ask something non-women's related, but sure, Nix, if you want to answer that, I'll just close the certain tab of the laptop. Yeah, go for it.
You are on mute.
Yeah, I was just reading the question, which is why I muted myself. So yeah, I think we addressed this in the review that we had for the first ODI between India and Australia. That I think the tempo at which Sky bats is probably more suited to T20s, where he wants to get going, hit those boundaries, and then just keep going bat at one rate. With ODIs, again, it's not possible to discuss cricket without mentioning KL Rahul. So
Yeah.
you see the tempo that KL Rahul batted yesterday. It gives you enough example of there be more time to it. So yeah, Easy Wong is back, and we should see a wicket. Is that a wicket?
Oh! How is it not
It's going
out?
down the leg.
How
It's
is that
going-
not out?
I think it can be umpire's call. It's going down the leg. Yeah.
Oh my God! And I don't know how Nix foresees these things, but he nearly called it again, and it's my favorite
Let's see.
umpire who's not
Exactly.
giving it on. And that's just, I mean,
It's-
surely.
It's umpire's call then.
I mean, Alisa Healy's been enjoying luck like, I don't know, slices of cake.
Yeah.
First the drop,
She
then
must have
that
had
little
in the
inside
breakfast.
edge. Mohit, what's your gut feel? You think she might be getting a little lucky here or otherwise?
I think it looks out to me. Harmanpreet Kaur's generally been pretty spot on with her reviews so far, and Yastika Bhatia is also a pretty good wicketkeeper when it comes to taking
Oh,
reviews.
that's
So
flashing into leg.
yeah,
That is
it looked
flashing
out.
into leg. And what a, I mean, first ball to kind of bowl in this particular innings by Izzy Wong. I mean, she got rid of the bat, and now she might have really removed the big wicket of the UP camp. That's a hitting leg, I feel.
Could be umpire's
If
call.
it is, then we need a clip to post out.
Doing this very slowly.
But when it strikes the pad, I think you can see at least two stumps.
Like
So
two
might
stumps,
just be umpire's call.
Oh,
Worst case for
don't say
Mumbai.
those two words, guys.
Umpire's call.
Alisa Healy. I mean,
Yeah. There is that one. Let's just watch this. One red, two red.
oh,
and
two reds. Gono.
Sweet.
Sorry,
Brilliant
Alisa.
start to kill. And Izzy Wong is pumped. Harmanpreet is pumped. I mean, everyone in that Mumbai team is pumped right now. They can smell blood here. They really can smell blood in terms of this power play. They've created havoc. 21 for 2. UP have gone nowhere. And the big wicket of Alisa Healy. Remember, she got a 58, like I said, in that last game against Mumbai. So what a start. And Izzy Wong is already kind of showing why she could be player of the match already.
Yeah, she kind of played that brilliant innings, and then first ball to get Healy out. Amazing. Healy wasn't expecting, I guess, this. She was kind of beaten by the pace.
And the
I
seam
feel-
presentation and the movement was quite brilliant. I mean, but Nikhil, how did you kind of have that intuition? Not once, but twice.
So, see, I felt Haley hadn't got any boundary, to just get the flow of the game. And Izzy
Yeah.
Wong, she's very skiddy at times. You don't know before it hits you, and that's what she does. And the thing about Izzy Wong is she's always targeting the stumps.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a boundary and you are not sure of the pace at which the ball is going to come, of course, Healy's played pace all her life, but it's just that deck. And I felt that, somebody who's skiddy, of course, I didn't expect it to happen almost immediately while I said, but I felt one risk shot was coming and it came. So, yes, please do cut out so that we can also post it differently,
But-
that some things they come out.
Absolutely. Now, what else is telling, and Mohit, I don't know if you'll agree with me here, Harmanpreet, the way she's kind of getting in the right people at the right time is really impressive. Sure, you might have silver, gold, platinum there, but when to get in those particular people what makes a good captain. Agree, disagree?
Yeah, completely agree. And I think especially in this Mumbai Indians bowling lineup, it's very important to nail
Oh,
the
and
entry
she's
points.
put it down. She's put it down. That's another beauty from Izzy Wong.
Tyler
I
Mehta
hate
getting
cutting
out in the
Mohit
same
off.
fashion always.
Oh my God, we've seen shenanigans so far in the field from Mumbai. That's 3 drop catches so far in the first 33 balls. And that's a pearler to give Talia McGrath first up. and not safe as houses this time for Yastika Bhatia. And she's wearing the helmet too, which always puzzles me why she's doing it for the face. And you can see Harmanpreet at the corner of your television screens there, absolutely confident that Yastika will swallow that. Wasn't to be, but Izzy Wong is on an absolute roll here. She's got the ball to talk. And Mohit, sorry man, I hate to cut you off, but I mean, go on, 22 for 2.
Yeah, no. So I was just saying that, especially with this Mumbai Indians bowling lineup, captaincy is key because they have a lot of good bowlers and a lot of them are equally good at bowling in various stages, be it power play or middle overs or at the death. So sometimes it can become very confusing for a captain. But I think Harmanpreet Kaur's bowling changes have been one of the highlights of this tournament because she's not really managed to do that always for India, and her captaincy sometimes has not been up to the mark. But in this tournament, as captain, I think she's been excellent so far.
Yeah, she's been absolutely excellent. Now they're just showing us a replay of what you guys might have missed if you're just joining us. Three drop catches, yes, three, and all three, unfortunately, Indian fielders. We saw a couple go down in the UP innings as well, where Kiran Navgiri put on an absolute sitter at long off. And there was an overthrow as well, which is hilarious because on the stump mic, you could hear Sophie Eccleston at the time saying, "Why are you throwing that?" I don't know if you guys heard that
Yeah,
from the
that's right. Yeah.
from the
Deepti Sharma, I think it was.
Diti Sharma
Yeah.
overthrow. But look, we love it because we see these little things in the women's game. And we're, of course, starting to like this league more and more, match by match. We're already kind of into 17, 18 games right now.
Yeah.
So it's good to
This
see.
one is 15.
Right. So what a power play it is. I mean, I think we spoke about it before even a ball was bowled in the second innings, how crucial the power play is. Won't they love a wicket here? 23 for 2, 5.5. Can Izzy Wong finish off a good over?
Oh,
She
that's a good
can't.
shot from
She
Talia.
can't. Talia McGrath gets 4, and she will take that all day long. UP will take that all day long. 27 for 2, and they still need 101 from 14. The match 60-40, you would say, Vaishali, right now?
Yeah, with Healy gone, I think it slightly has moved in the favor of Mumbai Indians. But I think Tahila has also not had a good game so far, like that match-defining innings.
Correct.
Although she hit that 90 runs, but then obviously that came in a losing cause.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if she can pull this off today with Kiran Navgire, and I think they can because it's just 100 runs, right? It's not that it's not going over 7 or over 8. So I feel it's still UP's game, and if UP lose this, they will be causing themselves the most, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. I was just looking at the cricket.com app, which is a fantastic download, and I keep saying that like a broken tape recorder, but it's true. The reason why I say that is because we've got a brand new segment called Features, Stories, and Play the Odds as well, which is a fantastic little game that you guys can play against the AI, which is the world's best cricket algorithm. Check it out, and we'll just come back to more.
Check out cricket.com's brand new feature on our app called Play the Odds. Test your cricket knowledge by making predictions on match events. Not just that, come back to check the results and see your earnings. Maintain your streak by playing on consecutive featured match days. If you think you can, of course, beat this, check out the rulebook to be assured by the formalities of this game. Anyway, check out this feature and we'll be back to the show right now.
Right, so that is beautiful on the cricket.com app. What else is beautiful is the fact that it is suggesting a 3% chance in Critlytics, guys, of a super over. I know we've seen some humdingers in the men's version of things where there's low scoring thrillers. Oh, 1 second, there's a wicket here. What just happened? We've just completely missed it. We apologize.
I thought it's a replay of the last game where she got out in the similar fashion.
And I could tell because Nick was smiling at the TV, and then I appeared, and then I saw Kiran Navgiri walk back to the dressing room. I think Nat Siver edged her, and Yasika Bhatia held on to this. So 27 for 3. Nick, did you see it by any chance?
Yeah, saw it live.
Yeah.
Disappointing, but I mean, she's been late on the pole all through. We've seen that happen before as well, where they've caught her off pace with the short ball. You can say it's a strangle down leg side. It's unfortunate, but you have to execute better. You can get a full toss and still get bowled of it, and you can't be calling yourself unlucky for that. So again, another great chance for Kiran to get off. She got a life as well. I don't think that was that was also a dolly. But yeah, now the two Australians, I think this over and Amelia Kerr over. If they don't lose a wicket here, then they should be fine. But if they do, then the cat will be out of the zoo.
And how would you plan to break this partnership? Because I think this is make or break for UP here. I know there's Dipti
Yeah.
in the heart, but these two will have to kind of at least score the bulk of the runs. Would you persist with Seka and Amelia Kerr in tandem?
Yeah, I would definitely go Saika and Amelia Kerr. Probably Saika first and then Amelia Kerr, because these two are the game. If they get in, then they will not leave too much to chance, and they'll probably take the game on and try and close the gap between the number of runs required and the balls left, so that the likes of Deepthi and rest can still manage to catch up to it. So these two are the game. So yeah, Saika and Amelia Kerr, and there is spin in the deck. We saw that in the first innings. It is holding a bit. So yeah, next 2 overs are the game.
Next 2 overs of the game. And look, I mean, from a UP perspective, they'll be hoping that Grace Harris has another one of those innings in her, because she even played a good knock against Bangalore not too long ago. So she has runs under her belt in this tournament. But Nat Siver, so far in terms of impact index in the cricket.com app, she's a plus 6.04, which tells you how she's impacted this game. I know not that much with the bat, but so far in the 3 overs she's bowled, she's conceded very little, and she's got a wicket as well. I love this question, which the broadcasters have put out right now. And the last option, which says no one.
Has got 30%.
And it's got 30% off it.
Ah.
I hope it's that 22%, because that is the last game Mumbai play. And that'll be super important, at least from Bangalore perspective, they have to make it to that third
You're
place.
hoping for that 20%,
Hoping.
but I think that 31% will
True.
come good today with UP beating Mumbai Indians.
Oh, okay. You still think UP is going to
Yeah.
win it? Okay, well, I like the confidence that you have. And I think all you three of y'all are suggesting UP still have it in them to win it. So, guys, agree or disagree? Let us know, of course. And follow us on social media, because I think we're nearly 300K on Instagram, which is quite cool from the boys. Big shout out to Sameer and Gotham for that. But right now, what's the I want to say what's the plan for these two, because obviously I asked Nix and he thinks it's Scared and Sophia. Saika. But do you agree with him, or do you think maybe Easy Wong, because she's made the ball talk, one more over and then the spin?
I think Harmanpreet will go with easy mode.
Yeah.
One more over. Because,
But these two spin, they play pace really well.
but then they can hit Saika Isha for like a
A huge six.
huge six. So I think it's like a tough call between both of them. But I think for UP, this partnership is the key. They cannot afford any more wickets, at least till, say 80-90 runs. They will try to not play a risky shot, rotate the strike, hit when it's in your slot. That's how UP should go.
Yeah.
And from Mumbai's perspective, I think Harmanpreet will go for one more over of easy one,
Yeah.
and then Saika.
I mean, Mohit, I'm just thinking out loud here. The fact that Amanjot, Humaira, Dhara are not even being mentioned with the ball. I mean,
Dhara is actually more of a batter.
true, but are they kind of just carrying passengers in this team and not really kind of maximizing their resources well? Dare I say?
I'm not sure about that, because the issue, like, it's not an issue, it's a blessing actually for Mumbai, is that they have the world's three best all-rounders in the T20 format. So you want to get the most out of them with the bat as well as with the ball. So I think they will look to get four overs each out of Matthews, Amelia Kerr and Nat Brunt on most days. And in this tournament so far, Izzy Wong's also proved to be a pretty handy all-rounder. She's bowled well in all the matches, and she's batted thrice, and 2 times she's had a very positive impact. So their 4 overseas bowlers can give 16 overs every day or most days. And then there's Saika Ishak, who's the best bowler in this tournament so far. So 4 overs from her. So I don't think they've had the opportunity or need to give the ball to Amanjot Kaur, especially because she's somebody who does bowl regularly on the domestic circuit. Dhara Gujjar, like Vaishali rightly said, is not really a bowler. She's an opening batter for Bengal. Same for Humaira Kazi. She's more of a batter. She doesn't really bowl all that much on the domestic circuit. So the only one who probably should bowl is Amanjot Kaur and Jintimoni Kalita, but both of them are medium pacers, and considering how much the pitches have turned, I don't really see any of them being thrown the ball to today as well, unless like Grace Harris and Talia Magra have a 50-60 run partnership and Mumbai desperately need a breakthrough. Otherwise, I think now Amelia Kerr and Saika Ashak will be bowling most of the next 8 overs, and then they might go back to Izzy Wong and Haley Matthews at the death.
I mean, it's interesting points that you mentioned there in terms of how they're kind of playing their cards. And yeah, I mean, it's a blessing in disguise, like you said, rightly. Dipti is waiting patiently in the heart, of course, and hopefully UP won't have to kind of wanting to come out initially right now because they're in a spot of bother and the run rate's already kind of inching towards 7.5. Ooh, and
Yeah,
the mid
and
on
just
is
to add,
there.
Avnish, Dara is getting chance because Pooja Vastrikar is not fit.
Correct. And
So
imagine
it's-
that. This is not even a full strength Mumbai team.
Yeah, so when Pooja is fit and back, I think Dara will be out definitely.
And that's also something to consider. Ishaq has been absolutely tight and bang on the money so far. None for four, 1.5. And final ball to Grace Harris because Grace Harris got that boundary, remember, and she's seemingly looking good there. It's slight little bit of luck. 39 for 3, 8 overs gone. Mumbai would still take this. Now, Amelia Kerr still not introduced into the attack. So I'm guessing her 4 overs will probably be in the trot here. And then they'll cleverly use Ishaq. And it is going to be a timeout for both teams. And that will give me an opportunity right now to just ask you guys in terms of what's going to happen in this tournament going ahead. Are we seeing, of course, there's going to be Mumbai, Delhi, and that third team. Who is that third team? And tell me why. Will it be Gujarat? Can it be Gujarat?
So it depends on this match, to be honest. If
Okay.
UP wins this, UP has the strongest chances to
Yes.
be the top three. If UP lose this match, then Gujarat has a chance because Ashley Garden has just come into form,
Yeah.
both with the bat and the ball. And tonight they play against RCB. So if they win this, then obviously there is a toss up between UP and Gujarat.
What are the chances you'd give UP to make? 45, 50%?
I think more in the favor of UP because they have a positive run rate also.
Correct.
Plus they have 2 wins already under their belt, and if they win this, I think they'll be through.
Yeah.
So only a miracle type of thing is needed for RCB at least. And for Gujarat is that if they win the remaining games, and obviously it depends on the other. They would want UP to lose this game, obviously. So it depends on that. But UP has their situation in their control today. So I think UP is gonna be the third team.
Next, that's fair assessment, right, from Vaishali. The fact that UP, they just need that one win from somewhere, and that'll inevitably take them to the third spot.
Yeah, and it does look like they will be. And again, we've discussed about when the decks slow down, they have one of the best spin attacks that is there in the comp. So things are loaded in their favor. I do feel they'll have to work very hard on their batting order. So because it is hard, then it is hard for you as well to bat, and that's where they will be tested. So let's see. It does look like that, and unfortunately, was it is for the teams to follow it later in the night. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Har sala
Bangalore
kuch to kuch.
mistake has a real head scratcher because even the net run rate always is into calculation when we talk about Bangalore. Mohit, what about from a Delhi perspective? I'm just trying to think, can they actually be the winners of this comp? Everyone's saying Mumbai, but if there's anyone who can give them a run for their money, it's Delhi, even though when the two teams took on each other, it was again David and Goliath sort of thing.
Not really. I don't see Delhi winning this tournament. In fact, and actually, I think you'd be happy to hear this. Like, the two teams who can probably beat Mumbai are UP and RCB. Delhi and Gujarat just don't have the team to beat Mumbai. Like, if the teams meet, say, 5 or 6 times, maybe once Delhi or Gujarat will beat Mumbai. But when it comes to UP or RCB, they are actually teams that can beat Mumbai 2 out of 5 times at least, especially UP because they have a very good bowling attack. So every time they bowl first against Mumbai, they will have a chance. And for RCB, they have no attack to chase anything down and very good depth as well. They have really good batters at 5, 6, 7, even 8, depending on what kind of batting lineup they go with. With Delhi, their batting currently, like at least in the matches that they've played so far, more or less ends at number 5. Like number 6 onwards, they don't have a reliable batter or a big hitter, and you need that against a team like Mumbai. So I really don't see Delhi challenging Mumbai at least. What they would hope for is to not face Mumbai in the knockouts, which is unlikely because Mumbai will finish first or second. So Delhi will probably be my third favorites to win the two teams make the playoffs, which according to me will be Mumbai and UP.
Okay, Mumbai and UP it is. We're also looking at the emerging player of the season is the stats and all the faces as you can see. And Kanika Huja has definitely impressed me. I think the positives from a Bangalore perspective has definitely
Not
been
only
done.
Bangalore, Indian cricket.
Indian cricket as well, but like in the first season, Bangalore unearthing Sriyanka Padal, Kanika Huja, of course, it's always good to see the
That's
league
good shot from Taida McGrath.
get some stuff. Yeah, Taylor McGrath, of course, needs some runs just for her own confidence because look, she is, of course, the number one batter in the world in T20s. Shefali Verma and Marizan Kaur will win this league and versus Mumbai noted and take it SS Avnish. Okay, all right. I don't know.
I think Delhi, Mohit has rightly pointed out, we saw in the last game also against Gujarat. So it's Delhi, like Delhi lacks the lower batting order, to be honest.
Yeah.
They have Jemima, Alice Capsi, Jess Johnson. I think that's it. After that, they do not have hitters or they do not have a good batting option. But then, mind you, they have Jasia Akhtar sitting on the bench.
Oh, 1 second. Top edge. Is this
But
guy
still
for
got over
six?
for six.
It is. It's six. It's six. It is. And Izzy Wong has not had the second over that she had with the first. And still no Amelia Care, by the way. So the 50 comes up. And Talia McGrath, 12 balls so far. And she's got 19, including this six. But, of course, is asking a question to Mohit. Mohit, you want to take that?
They actually do, like especially once Pooja Vastrakar comes back into the batting lineup, they will have Pooja Vastrakar at 6, Izzy Wong at 7, and Amanjot Kaur is actually a pretty good batter. We saw it on her India debut. She's done the job a lot of times for Punjab, and she's a very versatile batter because she's somebody who can bat in the top three and also bat in the lower middle order. So I definitely feel like Mumbai have enough batters, and if needed, they always have the option of getting somebody like Chloe Tryon in, who's one of the best batters at that number 6, number 7 kind of position. So Mumbai have good options on the bench as well. There's Heather Graham as well, who's like done really well in the WPBL as a batter. She has had a lot of success. So I definitely feel Mumbai have good options for number 6, number 7, and number 8 as well. Definitely better than Delhi at least.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have options plenty. I mean, when we first looked at all the squads across, we were thinking, man, there's a plethora of all rounders. Every team spells of bowling depth, batting depth, and so far, look, Jasia Akhtar will also be Delhi Capital at number 7. Is that too low for her?
No, she bats at the top of the order.
But where would you fit her in?
Yeah, that's the problem. I think that is probably one of the reasons she's not getting a go. I was thinking that she might bat at the top, like top in the opening position, and Mac can come at 3, which she usually does for Australia. But then that's how they've gone through it. But yeah, Jasia is definitely an option, and if they want to strengthen their batting lineup, Jasia can be brought in.
And Delhi have nothing to lose, right? Let's face it, they're inevitably
Yeah.
going to finish second. So do you see them probably playing Jasia?
I think they should give her the chance because they, in that way, they can also kind of see what kind of skill set that she offers, and if they want to really strengthen their batting order.
Yeah.
So she's one, and I think if they're gonna replace her, they might replace her in place of either Arundhati Reddy or Radha Yadav. But
Yeah.
Radha Yadav is invincible. She won't get replaced in any team, I guess. So yeah, Arundhati Reddy looks like a possible option where she can get a go.
Yeah, Arundhati Reddy. I think
She played a good knock, yes, against Gujarat.
and she got a lot of vote for our bowl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we spoke about it, I think, at the party, and I think Nick's brought it up as well. By the way, Amelia gets finally brought on right now, and she started off with a googly, which nearly got the better of Talia McGrath, 52 for 3, 9.2. It's creeping up to be a nice game, this.
Yeah.
And if you take a look at the field as well, it's playing on Grace Harris's head because everyone else is up on the offside, and there's going to be wrong ones here, quicker ones, and flatter ones from Amelia. Is this, it's just wayward throw that.
There is a chance coming. Cotton
Yeah,
ball
there
or
is
not,
chance.
I don't know. But yeah,
Okay,
there is a chance
okay.
coming.
Dipti for sure, right? They're not going to surprise us by sending anyone else next, right?
They might send Simran Sheikh.
Simran,
Depends
yeah.
on what the equation is. Like if the equation's well over a runner ball, I think they'll send Simran because she is a much faster starter than Deepthi. But if the equations around a runner ball, I think they will send Deepthi because it's a big match and they will need that experience in a tense chase. So it depends on. But in the current situation, if a wicket falls, I think Simran Sheikh would be the next batter in.
Yeah. Vikas Shukla, good to see you, my friend. The producer that he is, he's getting his valuable offs this weekend. Twice in less than a year for Mumbai's win for Bangalore's sake. Life, he says. 1 second. What a quick over and what a great over. Harmanpreet will take that indeed. Just the 1-off fitness back to 7.5 runs and over. They need 76 of 10. And this game is evenly poised. But saying Tanya Bhatia plays only for keeping, is that the same we can say about Sushma Verma?
Yeah. To be honest, Sushma Verma was their second backup option.
Yeah.
And Bedmuni got injured, so they had to. So I think this all of these things they should have thought at the time of auction and not now. To be honest, if you see Mumbai's batting wicket-keeping backup option is Priyanka Bala.
Yeah.
She has actually had a very good domestic season. So the way I
and
think
Bangalore's, I think, is Indrani Roy, right? Who's all right as well.
She's good.
Yeah, she's good as well.
She's good. And then obviously they have Richa Ghosh. So I think the way even both Sushma Verma, Delhi Capitals and Gujarat Giants has gone for their wicket-keeping option I was not quite impressed. There were some good options available, but then obviously I think we all were shocked that why Mumbai is going for Yastika like full-fledgedly, all money out. But then they played it smartly, I guess, there because Yastika being the left-hander opening batter, and they kind of knew that she has the international experience and she's the only one available. Who is the best amongst all for now, to be honest. So I think that's when now you can kind of sense it. Okay, what was the strategy behind spending 1.4 crores on Yastika Bhatia? But then Tanya Bhatia is mostly because of her wicket-keeping roles in the Delhi Capitals. I hope she plays some good innings. She got 2-3 chances in the last 2-3 games, but she couldn't capitalize it. Hopefully she does it because she opens the batting for her Punjab team.
Yeah. Oh, that's driven away in 2 boundaries, and she's taking on the purple cap holder right now. This is ballsy stuff. Brilliant stuff. I mean, even the knock that she's played right now, 18 balls, 29 on this surface, tells you how good Talia McGrath actually is. The first one was the arm ball, cut away with everyone up. Then they put the sweeper back, but she was clever enough to kind of play it away from her. 2 boundaries. And again, this game is swinging like a pendulum thanks to Talia McGrath and her strike rate of 161. That's brilliant.
Just to follow up on what Vaishali was saying, I wanted to ask her what are the keeping options that she wanted the teams to go for, because she just said she's not very happy with teams going for Sushma and Tanya. So I want to know who would she have gone for?
Okay, give me some time. I'll give you the names. So
I love how Mohit has put her on the spot, and good googly there, Mohit. Honestly, I mean,
so
sometimes
I think there's one batter called. She plays for Uttar Pradesh, and she's a good keeper as well as the. I'm not remembering the name actually. I think is it Shilpa. Shilpa is someone who has actually impressed me with the wicket keeping as well as she has a good hitting ability. And if I'm not wrong, even UP Warriors. Actually, when I'm saying this, Shivali Shinde is one of the option which UP has gone. I mean, not UP. UP has gone for a replacement in place of Lakshmi Yadav. So she is one of the option where they could have actually thought about it. And even Shilpa has actually kind of played some good innings. So I think if you were really wanting to see a good wicket keeping option, these were the guys who were available, and they did well at the domestic circuit in the senior women's trophy, even zonals and even the one day trophy. So those are my 1 or 2 options, and I can obviously give you more names.
Wow, well done, Vaishali, well done, and well done to the UP Warriors in that particular over, because Talia McGrath, the last one was a scratchy boundary, but nonetheless damage done. And Seka Ishaq's over, not very often we've said that in this league so far. 34 she's got. Talia McGrath might be the most crucial knock she's played in a UP shirt so far. So let's see how that really garners momentum and steam. Is the match in UP's hands, or a couple of wickets will open up the match, keeping in mind Dipti and more to come? I mean, we spoke about it, Sachin, earlier when this partnership just was taking shape. And again, it comes back to that question, Nick. How do you get these two up? Because Amelia Kerr, would you still stick with her? Obviously, she has to bowl 3 more overs, right?
Yeah, and I think that I just felt that extra over of Wong was still fine. I think there is a chance that We saw Kerr almost reduced because she bowled a tight over, but the previous one from Saika probably released that pressure with the amount of the two boundaries. Last one
Yeah.
wasn't much her fault, so it probably just eases the nerve. And now again, they don't have to take Amelia Kerr on. So now you'll need a very good ball. So they'll probably see this over out, and then if Mumbai make a change, if they get in Haley Matthews back into the attack to just see if they're looking to take her on, because as I said, there isn't a lot of convincing batting to follow. So what you need is, oh, sorry.
Good
Yeah.
googly.
I-
That. Good googly. Did she
Yeah.
have the best googly nicks in the game?
Yeah, I think and it's very, very underrated. I
Yeah.
mean, Amila Care in herself, I feel is very, very underrated. So while Haley Matthews has done most of the damage, I expected Amila Care to be also used better, but Mumbai have too many options, like 7,000 options and combinations to try, so they don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I think this pair, 30 more runs and they'll be safe. If in the next 20 runs, if they get a couple of wickets, then it could be tough for UP to. And like that, you go another boundary. So yeah,
Oh my God. Talia McGrath's playing a blinder here. She tried to pierce the offside earlier, but Armanpreet was pretty swift to kind of get along that. But this time she gets four as well. Yes, we're having a watch along. Join us at 9 o'clock for that. I think Vaishali will still be there with us,
Yeah.
of course. And we'll have Bishan and Gurkirat, I think. So there'll be lots of chatter. And there'll be energy with me as usual.
Energy
That's
and-
that! Gone! Big wicket!
Cotton
Huge
ball.
wicket! And you
and
called
cotton
it.
ball,
You called it.
cotton ball.
And again, it's the googly, right? Like Nix was touching upon, very underrated. And she's had the last laugh here because take nothing away from Miss Talia McGrath. Not cameo, but absolutely brilliant. No, 38 on this pitch. She'll take that all day long. But a cotton ball chance doesn't go begging. And Harmanpreet knows it. She's pumped.
Pumped up.
She's absolutely pumped. And I love this. I love this about Harmanpreet. It's like anyone who wears their heart on their sleeve while playing the game just really brings the game in much more. 71 for 4 then. And it's interesting because now it's Dipti Sharma and, of course, Grace Harris. And those two are no mugs with the bat. They still are in the driver's seat, right?
Exactly. And I think the equation is mostly run a ball. I think only 5-6 run a difference. So they should now use her experience and
Sorry, now I was going to ask you if you were Dipti or Grace, are you now targeting bowlers? Will you just say, okay, we'll play Amelia's
no,
over
I
off?
won't do that.
Then what would you do?
I would just rotate the strike because that's what is needed. You
Correct.
will definitely get a bad ball, put that to the boundary, but then just rotate the strike.
Okay.
Because if you're gonna plan it that way, which bowler to target, I think you're gonna, be smuggled or what do you say? Be just
Yeah, the mind goes
Mind,
into an
yeah.
emotional mangle. Mohit, I mean, we've seen it in the men's competition, right? The fact that sometimes when you're playing, I don't know, Hyderabad or Kolkata, teams are kind of wary against the Rashid and the Narayan. Right now in this situation, should Dipti and Grace kind of respect Amelia Kerr and someone, okay, man, not maybe Saika Ishaq because she does not have the draw day, and target the other bowlers and see the weaknesses? How would you approach it?
I think targeting bowlers is a very good strategy in T20s, but in this Mumbai lineup, there are no weak links in the bowling attack. So I don't think you can target anyone. So I think it's best to play each ball on merit, and you have to be careful against each and every bowler in this MI lineup. So I think they should just play their natural game, look at the equation, and I think Deepthi is the ideal batter for this kind of situation because, like Vaishali was saying, it's just slightly over a runner ball. So even if she just rotates the strike and turns it over to Grace Harris, her job is done. And the kind of player Grace Harris is, she invariably will hit a 4 every over, if not every second over. So I don't think as long as Grace Harris is at the crease, the required run rate is going to be a problem for UP. So yeah, I think just play the ball on merit because I don't think you can target a specific bowler in this Mumbai lineup.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? Like that's a difficulty where other teams have faced in the tournament where if it's not Seka, Haley will get you. If it's not Haley, it's Siva. If it's not Siva, it's Wong. It's honestly, it's part of the parcel in the best possible way. I was just looking at the cricket.com app. Follow the live blog and the analysis. I'll tell you who's writing it as well. Is it Shweta? No, it's Akash. It's Akash who's writing the live blog right now. So he'll have a lot of insights as well. So follow him and check out the app in terms of all the phases of play, score projections, And right now it still says that 3% super over chance. I would love a super over some point in time in this league. Yeah.
What about tonight's game?
Tonight's game, I'll take it as long as there is super over, because again, it'll just add for the advertisement of this league. As long as women's cricket's always growing and people are starting to have the more affinity for the game, it can get better. 56 to 47 on any other given surface. This is a walk in the park, but not really in this DVAP Paddle surface. The afternoon pitch has played little games and tricks. Spinners have come into equation, but Nat Siver has been brilliant herself. It is going to be a wide there, just as I say that. So look, my guess is it could be a tight match, but I'm hoping for Mumbai, unlike the 75% of this panel who's saying it should be UP. Grace Harris, remember, 59 to 26. Was that the knock of the tournament so far? Let us know in the comments below. We're going to, of course, talk about the knock of the tournament and the catch of the tournament, the spell of the tournament in the time to come. But Deepti Sharma will be doing Deepti things, right? She's not going to be playing anything fancy. Do you think if UP
One
had
shot,
Deepti...
one shot to mid-wicket can come when Deepti
True,
is
but if UP have Deepti to the 19th over, the 20th over,
they'll win it.
they'll win it, right?
Yeah, they'll win it. Because it's about rotating the strike, and then Taida Mehra can do the job for you. When there is a bad ball, she has the ability to put it.
But who's a more... Okay, fine. This might be kind of stoking a debate here. Who would you rather have out there in the middle right now? Deepti or Grace Harris?
You see, like, if one wicket falls,
Yeah.
I think I can go with Deepti because I want Taida Mehra to be there for now.
You mean Grace Harris?
Sorry.
Oh, what a shot that is.
Grass Harris,
What a shot that is from Grace Harris.
That's why I want Grass Harris to be there.
For sure. I mean, she's slightly negative on the impact right now, but it's fine. Cricklytics will, of course, correct that. And John Lewis loved that as well. What a shot that was. Just pulled away with disdain. A similar question to you boys, Nix and Mohit. Deepti or Grace Harris, who would you rather lose in terms of a wicket?
Definitely Deepti, because considering the kind of batting...
Nix will be too happy with that answer.
Because considering the kind of batting that
shot
UP...
again pulled away for 4 by Grass Harris. You have got the answer by yourself, Amish. You don't need to ask us.
I mean, I just don't understand the thinking. What was there the Nat Siver brunt required in this over, Mohit?
Not really. Like, considering the spinners have been going well and how well Grace Harris plays pace, I think they probably should have continued with spin here. And yeah, this probably is the over that has shifted the momentum completely towards UP now with those boundaries. And like, bowling short to Grace Harris is not a great strategy because we've seen it right through this tournament. The boundaries aren't very big. She has a very good pull shot. So more than giving the over to Nat Siver Brunt, like the short ball strategy is probably one that needs to be questioned a little more, because two fielders are there in the deep, but Grace Harris can even clear them. She doesn't necessarily even have to find the gap when it comes to the short ball.
I mean, Nix, there's something about Grace Harris that we've seen in this league so far that she just gives you confidence. Of course, we've seen it in national colours before, don't get me wrong, but right now, even when she was between overs, she was telling the previous batter saying, it's fine, we'll get there. Now she's kind of slowly kind of seeing her way in. Does she hold the key, or do you still think it's Deepti?
No, she definitely holds the key, more also because of the amount of times that she's done it for her sides. And that is what gives you confidence. Now, if Deepti is in such positions more often and she's able to take her side home, in a while you'll be saying the same thing for her as well. So that is where you'd want Grace Harris to, and again, it's the confidence and the amount of times you've done it. So the more you fail, the more you learn. But in Grace Harris terms, because she's failed and learned a lot already at her domestic club, this experience then is like, okay, I've been here many times before, so I know when to take that risk. And that's what I hope the Indian batters will also learn with time, that what is the right time to take the risk and who do you want to risk against. So as Mohit also said, you want to lose Deepti more because how Deepti approaches her innings and how Grace Harris approaches her innings are very, very different.
It
So
could
if
be a
Deepti
matchup.
gets
Sorry to cut you off, but Haley Matthews to bowl to Deepti. Is this a matchup? Does it have matchup written all over it, Nix?
Yeah, it would have, but again, I don't know if Deepti will attack or look to take on Haley Matthews, which Grace Harris may still do because that's how Grace Harris wants to bat. She wants
Yeah.
to ensure that the rate is down before she gets out. While for Deepthi, it's like, let me stay till the end. I can cover whatever I want. So it's two different school of thoughts. And because they both complement each other, I don't think they'll mind each other's tactics as well. So as
Hmm.
long as you're not playing too many dots or getting stuck at one end, it is fine. And which is where Dipti has to start getting better in terms of not getting stuck at one end. So we've seen far too many 19 ball 8s, 21 ball 11, 12 kind of knocks from her, even in these situations. So if you're starting slow in the middle overs, it always gets tricky if you lose your wicket suddenly.
Yeah. I mean, Haley's been kind of disciplined. I know the last kind of over she bowled was a while back, but let's see if she's been brought on to dismiss one of the two, 83 for 4. And like Mohit was alluding to, as well as Vaishali, that last over really kind of swung the pendulum back into UP's favor. They're showing the points table, and that's why Vaishali keeps saying that it's a very important game for UP. If they get the 2 points today, you can kind of easily say that they have, of course, a 75% chance of making that third spot, because then Bangalore and Gujarat, they'll really kind of hope for results to go their way. 45-39 then. Amelia Kestel has 2 overs. Ishaq has 1 over, but they're persisting with Haley Matthews. And long on was slightly wider. And yeah,
And
Nick
that's the
Hussain.
intent, right? That's the
Yeah.
intent that you see with Grace as opposed to Deepthi.
Yeah.
She's happier to take the risk earlier. Again, it's a positive matchup for her, so she should. And fairly on Deepthi to not take the risk. But again, if she can keep finding the ones and twos, it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, let's see how Dipti just plays second fiddle here, I'm guessing. I don't think. Oh, catch that! Slightly
Just
upish.
over the circle.
And she'll get a single. She doesn't mind playing second fiddle. I mean, she doesn't really want to take the game away. She wants to kind of see how things can pan out situationally for them. It was a slight chance for a second, but nothing to worry about from UP perspective. Let's see if Haley can finish this over well. Remember, Haley has a knack of getting wickets throughout this league so far, and she might have another over in her. Or not put into the gap, good fielding, and that'll just be a single. So 86 for 4, 14. So it's still nip and tuck here. 42 of 6.
36.
Yeah, 6 overs. And that's going to be interesting to see. Get your comments below and let us know what you think about this game as well as tonight's game, because of course Gujarat, Bangalore, all to watch in terms of Bangalore, if they will show up, if they can get another win, and if so, who's going to really star for them. We were speaking about some of the emerging players to come up. Kanika Ahuja, Shriyanka Patil. Who the others? Seka Ashok for sure, but I'm saying in terms of proper youngsters, who else has caught your eye?
So if we go side by side, I think Ashwini just got one game and she hasn't got a bat. Means she hasn't got the chance to bat and ball.
What about Parshavi today?
Prashavi was good, but she was a bit expensive, obviously, considering her first game. But then she's done really well in the Under 19 World Cup.
Correct.
So she's definitely one to keep the eye on. And then I was very surprised that Gujarat didn't give chance to Parunika Sisodia. She's the highest wicket taker both in zonals as well as the one day trophy.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously from Mumbai side, it has to be Saika Ishaq, because other players hasn't had that much of an impact. To be honest. And then if you come to Delhi hasn't given chances to many domestic players. Minu Mani got one, so just her, and I don't think so anyone else has got it. So no one from Delhi side. From UP side, I think Simran has got it, and obviously today Prashvi Chopra. Though Simran also couldn't do it till now. She hasn't showed that one innings which can caught everyone's eye. But then Prashvi has that in her. If she can do that, she's good. Yeah, and probably from Mumbai, I think Jintimani Kalita is someone who has shown a great intent. Maybe she's like a what do you say, a great team player. She has taken someone superb catch, and then she has the ability to ball and even the bat as well.
Yeah.
That's all. I think I've covered all the teams. So yeah, so far these are the names, but RCB are definitely RCB is given the most chances because obviously they didn't have many choices as well.
True.
So they've given
And they haven't given a chance to one of South Africa's
Yeah,
finest. I don't understand. So let's see how that is. Now, change of bowling.
Oh,
and
shot,
Amanjeet
yeah.
Kaur has been
Scoop
welcomed
it
by
for
a scoop.
4.
And Grace Harris is really taking this game away right now. I don't know what the thinking here is, because Mohit spoke about how Amanjeet Kaur could be used. This surely is an eyebrow-raising one, right, Mohit?
Yeah, very, very surprising, especially considering Amelia Kerr has 2 overs to go Saika has 1 over to go, and both of them have bowled really well today. The only justification that I would have is probably that Izzy Wong was very expensive in her previous over, and Grace Harris is still at the crease. So maybe Harman is trying to cover up one of Izzy's overs through Amanjot Kaur,
But yeah,
but it
She's
still
got
is a
four
very
more. She's got four
risky.
more.
Yeah, it's a very risky strategy because Amanjot's not bowled a lot right through the tournament, and then asking her to bowl her second over in the tournament, that too in the 15th over to Grace Harris, is putting her under a lot of undue pressure, is what I'd say.
I mean, this is like throwing a 2-year-old child in a 8 feet swimming pool, right? Throwing her absolutely in the deep end. Because, like you said, just the second over in the tournament, I was going to bring that up, but Grace Harris right now has just made it a stroll. 34 of 34 right now. The run rate's back to run a ball, and this could be the over, which really seals it for UP. And they need the points, precious points, 95 for 4. I just don't understand the thinking of Harmanpreet and how she's used her bowlers, especially from the 10th over onwards. Amira Kher, like Mohit said, 2 overs still in the bag. Sekar Shak has one. Katie Matthews has one, but I would expect Kher at least to finish off and front load more than saving her for later. Lisa Healy and John Lewis can afford to smile right now because 33 of 33 does seem all right. Sachin going on to say, I would have played Shweta Serawat over Kiran Avgeri. Sorry, Vaishali, but Kiran has disappointed me again. Was expecting her to adapt and play, but she keeps throwing her wicket away.
that's right. She has disappointed, to be honest. Even I am disappointed with today's innings. Yeah, but then obviously it's a call that whether you want to play Shweta and Kiran both, or who will you drop. Like you would want to have Devika opening the innings again. That's what you want. Then obviously, but then dropping her, I don't think so now. Because Shweta's also got like 4 or 5 chances till now.
Yeah.
It's only the last game where she wasn't playing and she hasn't done well. So if she deserves it, then even I think probably you will persist with Kiran for 2 more games.
Let's see.
But then yeah, the performance has not been up to the par that except for barring the first innings. So yeah, that we agree.
And I feel for Shweta Serawat because she, of course, opened first with Healy, and then she was dropped way down the order. I think she batted at 8 in one of the games. So look, I mean, what she showed us in the Under-19 World Cup was brilliant. So let's see how that story unfolds. Yes, Mohit.
Yeah, like just to back you up there, I feel UP's handling of their Indian players in general has been very abysmal, especially the younger players or the players who are not in the Indian team. Because, like you rightly said, they batted Shweta as an opener for just 2 games, and then they pushed her down to number 8 and got Devika Vaidya to open. I mean, come on, like Devika Vaidya doesn't even open for Maharashtra on the domestic circuit. She doesn't even like bat in the top 4. So, like, what are you doing? And if you wanted a opener other than Shweta Sehrawat, one option was to have Kiran Navgire there. Opens in every match for Nagaland, gets a lot of runs. And considering her style of play, power play batting is what suits her the best. Because even if she takes risks or hits the ball aerially, that's more likely to come off with 2 fielders outside the ring than 4 fielders outside the ring. And if you wanted to go for another option, then like Vaishali was saying, there's Shivali Shinde, who is actually Maharashtra's opener, who is a wicket keeper as well, and who is a very fast starter. So again, very good in the power play. So I feel like UP don't know what their Indian players do, or at least what roles they play on the domestic circuit, or what situations get the best out of them. And same goes for Parshavi Chopra. Like, what was she doing on the bench for the first 5 matches? Like we saw today what she's capable of. She went for 35, but like a few of those boundaries came off the outside edges. So she bowled much better than those figures suggest, like beat Harmanpreet Kaur couple of times, Haley Matthews a couple of times. She could have easily had 30 for 3 today instead of 4-0, 35-0. So UP, I think this is the one area that they should work on, not just this year, but also before next year. That is to like get the best out of their Indian players and not just play someone because you've shelled out 1.4 crore on them. And if you are playing them, play her in the right position. So yeah.
It's about how you use your certain players to just get the best out of your team. Bharat going to say, what is Dipti doing? I think he's still livid about that potential run-out opportunity where Grace Harris was sent back. But look, you can't really blame Dipti for that. I think Grace Harris was also equally to blame. 31 of 30, then surely Amira Kher right now, or is it still going to be surprise from Harmanpreet and her tactics so far, at least in the 5 overs that we've seen? Finally, Amelia Kerr will come on to bowl right now. 31 of 30. Can Mumbai still pull a rabbit out of the hat? They haven't lost a single game, remember. Is it today that we see this mighty team lose their first game? Ooh, and straight away, questions being asked. And this is what we want, because I know that, I mean, oh, we all got to see that, by the way, Subodh. We all did. I did. I didn't know it until we were eating lunch when we landed in Hyderabad, and then I was like, "You are Farzi cricketer." And I was like, "Wow,
Good shot for 4.
that's a great shot." Slightly shot from Amelia Kerr, and she's pulled that away for 4, and that'll again ease the nerves in the UP camp. And I mean, Grace Harris is just taking this game away. Clear player of the match. I thought it was Izzy Wong if Mumbai had to win it, but now we're seeing why Grace Harris is the best in the world when it comes to situations of this, really. Let's see if Amelia Kerr can come back.
Whoa.
There is long gone, and she's just a spectator.
She pulled this on in the gap, and that's a 4 again.
23 of 26. Vaishali ma'am, which, I mean, please answer that.
I've answered
None.
My
None.
favorite supporting UP, right?
Okay.
I've told
None.
already.
Only for today.
only today in this game I'm supporting, so it changes depending on the game.
And,
But then
and tonight,
tonight I'll be supporting Gujarat. I've predicted that Gujarat will win, and in this
Alright.
game I've predicted that UP will win. So that's the reason I'm supporting. So you
Okay.
can go to my Instagram, see who am I.
catch that long on, taken. That's the wicket. That's the laugh that Amelia Kerr has. I mean, was it one too many from Grace Harris, or is it too late? Or is there a twist in the tail? Because they're still about 23 runs away. Dipti is the only other proper recognized batter. I know there's Simran Sheikh who's going to walk out, and there's Sophie Eccleston who can bat a bit. But
I think
guys,
I should send Sophia. She just make some shots for 6. But then no need for this, right?
no need for
no
this.
Need.
She had won that over, and she could have just ambled across. Sophie Eccleston's coming out to bat, so it's not Simran Sheikh. 105 for 5, and Grace Harris, what an absolutely important knock. I mean, 39 of 28. Don't forget Talia McGrath's 38 of 24, and it is old school going to be the timeout right now. Guys, I mean, how big is that wicket? Because I know it's 23 away, but still another wicket.
Yeah, again, twist in the team.
Because Amelia
but
Kerr
then-
has one, Seka has one, and Haley has one. So how are you going to be throwing the ball to your bowlers, Nikhil? Tell me from this. I mean, if the game goes to the 19th over, who would you want to bowl the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th?
So, of course, you have Amelia Kerr to bowl out. So she definitely bowls this one and the one to follow after the next one. And I'm sure, of course, with Sophie out, it might not be a bad ploy to definitely get Saika to bowl her last, so that you have Saika and then you go back to Amelia Kerr. But then that's where you take a call in terms of how comfortable the two are. Whether you want to go back to Haley Matthews or you want to get a over of Izzy Wong. So I think this over and the next over will definitely define the momentum kind of. But then I'll take this kind of exit from Grace Harris because she's trying to close the game down all by herself. I mean, that's what I talked about when who would I rather lose now? So if I had to lose Deepthi, I had to lose Deepthi trying to score. Grace Harris has brought the difference down to 3 in favor of UP. So you would always take that as opposed to a Deepthi who's now 5 from 8. But if she doesn't finish the game now, then you're asking how was she pacing her innings. So that's the kind of risk that you run taking. And Sophie is still a decent bat. You have Sehrawat to follow. So should expect them to at least close this game down, if not lose. There is Simran Sheikh as well. So there is enough batting for you to close the game out. And so you have 2 batting options as well. Izzy Wong may or may not bowl completely on the next over that Saika bowls. And just to close Mohit's comments, good to see him angry for a change. And to be honest to Devika, she's ensuring Kiran bats in a power play any which ways.
Yeah, and I think Bharat is, he has tagged Deepti to Nikhil and Kiran to me and just keeps asking us this question.
No, it's good. I mean, that's what the Watchalongs does. I
Yeah.
mean, it kind of builds characters. It tells you a lot about all our experts as well and how much she's a fan of Kiran and Jasya Akhtar and all these lovely names we're hearing for the first time. And sometimes it gives us a lot of insight as well, right? This studio is in Bangalore, by the way, but yeah, our head office is in Hyderabad. So hence, it was a great time there. It was just a one night mayhem party time, so it was good. coming back to the match, guys, because there was an earlier comment over there saying that only Grace Harris, Talia McGrath, Healy carries this team.
Not even Healy.
Not even Healy. I think only Healy, McGrath, and Grace Harris. That's what he said in terms of carrying this whole batting lineup. It makes me think about the larger thing of most match winners in this league so far. Mumbai, without a shadow of a doubt, had the most. Who is next? Because along with these three names on the screen, Healy, McGrath, and Grace Harris, I would say Sophie Eccleston and Deepti Sharma are your 4 and 5. And that's all UP have. Who else has more? Do Delhi have more? Because Delhi have Lanning, Shefali, Jemmy,
Jonathan, Ellis.
The team which probably has the most is RCB. Like, if you go by track record and what they've done.
The irony is that they have the most match winners, but they've not got wins.
Too many shapes.
Yeah. Like, you would have hoped for each of those 7 names to win them at least one match each, but the 7 combined have so far managed to win them one match. But I think just on paper and based on what they've done in international as well as franchise cricket in the past, RCB is probably the team apart from MI which has the most match winners, because you were just talking about Delhi. So I think Delhi probably would have around 4 or 5. Shafali, Meg, and maybe Marizan Kaap obviously is a bona fide match winner, but that's it. Like Jemima and Alice Capsey are still pretty young. I wouldn't count them as bona fide match winners yet. They are players who can be that in a couple of years' time. But yeah, like MI and RCB are definitely the 2 teams who are stacked.
Yeah, I
with
agree with
winners.
you on that point of Capsey and Jemmy. As much as I love both of them and they've been super sensational to watch in this tournament, they haven't really got that little stamp of authority, but in years to come, 100% potential bona fide match winners. I saw Izzy Wong running up. I thought she was going to be bowling this over, but then I'm guessing Seka is, because Nick's predicted that as well. I'm hoping it is Seka because, look, I think Mumbai, if they can get this over back, they're back in the game. They're definitely back in the game because Amina Kher will bowl the following one, and she's, of course, trouble the batters. Now, Sophie Eccleston will be facing her first ball, you feel. Who's going to be bowling? That's the important question. It is Seka Ishaq. So she's not going to wicket the purple cap holder today, but who knows what this last over of hers has in store. She has even Stevens field, nothing really lopsided. So let's see how Mumbai can pull things back going forward from here. Dot ball? No dot ball. So single over there. Eccleston giving strike to Dipti. And this is also a battle within a battle.
Sophie versus
Sophie
Ishaq with the ball.
With the ball. I mean, what's going to happen here? Dipti's not going to take a risk, right?
I think if it's in the slot, why don't you just go for it? Hit a 4 over mid wicket. That's what Dipti does, right? Mid wicket 4 is must if it is Dipti's inning. But then even if they can run 2 or 1, that should be.
That's
fine.
True. And how many times we've seen with Dipti where she loves kind of picking the spinners early. If it's in her arc, she will dispatch it. Seka.
Short, yeah. But
Let's really feel it at short, fine leg. And just the one. There was a slight appeal there, which is definitely not going to be given by the batters. Mumbai versus UP will be the final to watch. Match winners versus match winners saying so both. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really disagree with that. I think if there's any team which can give Mumbai a real go is UP, especially with the ball. And we saw it today, and I'm not just basing it off today, of course. But look, so far, just 3 balls and 2 runs conceded. Dipti will be the difference. Either UP will win it or MI. I mean, of course, it can't go the other way. Unless Cricket.com, of course, is still suggesting it's 3% of the super over. 20 of 21. Come on. Honestly, a big shot is coming here, or is it dot balls coming here? Because Amina Kher has 6 deliveries and Seka has 2 deliveries. So there's 8 potential really good deliveries. And then after that, who's it going to be? Izzy Wong is an option, definitely. I think it might be Hayley Matthews, most probably the ball of that other over left. Swept away.
Feeders.
Good chance at long on.
Yeah, calculated risk.
Yeah.
Seka is still working sunnies, despite it being 6:45 local time. So
maybe the
lucky charm. Mumbai women's team on the gun side already. A lot of young cricketers. They will get even better. Team for the future. 100% team for the future. We look at all the age categories. Nearly feel it of her own bowling from Seka. So brilliant over nonetheless. Mumbai would take that. Just 3 off it. and UP now 109 for 5. Who knows? Critics actually could be right today. 3%. It's going up to 4% of the super over. This is the first time I've seen it on the cricket.com app, and they're not too. Oh, it's a 5%. Honestly, it's a 5%. I'm not even making it up. So 5% super over chances, guys. Stay with us. We could see history in the making. But let us know also in the comments below if you guys, if we will see a super over. So 1 second, if we do see a super over, Mohit and Nix, who do you expect to come out and bat for UP and Mumbai? Is it the obvious? I think it might be Harman and Nat Siva or Haley.
I think it would have to be Haley Matthews for Mumbai Indians.
First ball forward.
Loose ball and put
Sophie Eccleston.
away from Sophie Eccleston. She could be man of the match. 3 for 15. And
She will be the player of the match. She will be the player.
player of the
3
match
wickets.
first. Player of the
Three
match.
wickets and a
I think
handy
she's the one who
15.
set the tone today with the bowling. Like only I think 4 or even lower than 4, 3.3 economy rate with
Yeah.
3 wickets.
And she could have had the other one, the drop
And
catch
got
as
the
well.
key wickets as well. Haley Matthews and Nat Silverbrunt, and got them pretty early. So yeah, definitely she has to be the player of the match if UP win today.
For sure. Just to finish off that question, I mean, because people might want to know, if you're, of course, in the UP camp, who would you send out to bat in a super over?
I think Grass, Harris, Tyler, Mehta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Evie, Grace, and Talia.
Those three, right? And from Mumbai's perspective, Haley, Siva, and Harman.
Harman, yeah.
Yeah,
And who's
Yep.
bowling those overs? Eccleston from
Sophie.
Mumbai.
yeah. Sophie versus Mumbai, and
They can give either to Emilia Kerr or Saika, because Saika hasn't had a great day, so I'm not sure if they'll give it to her.
Yeah, I think they'd go for Amelia Kerr because she has a great head-to-head against the Australian players in general. So in just 6 balls, if you want to get them out, she's a good option.
but it won't go there. It won't
Yeah,
go there.
it won't go there. Yeah.
It won't go there.
It won't go there.
Bharat saying Dipti should take a chance now. She did. She flashed a bat at it and cut away. It hit Yastika's pad. But yeah, Bharat pro Dipti will not take the chance. She's fit. I mean, this is
Good
just
banter.
gaslighting from Subodh as usual. 13 of 14. It's surely UP's game to lose. 13 of 13 now. Remember, who's going to bowl the next 2 overs? My guess is Izzy Wong and Haley Matthews. I could be wrong. Do you expect any other surprises? Aman Jot, surely not.
Yeah, I don't think so. They should give it.
Nat Siva's done, right?
Yeah, Siver's done.
Siva's done. So good end to that over. 13 of 12. And now jitters, I don't know. I still think it's UP's game. There's one big shot and they definitely will
Yeah, I
walk
think
home.
it's Dipti's chance to take the risk now. Enough.
So if you're Harmanpreet, who are you tempted to give the ball
I
to?
think I'll give it to Haley Matthews in this over.
Okay.
Because this is the over, right?
And Dipti's on strike.
Yeah, this is the over, because if you give away like many runs in this over, there's nothing left for 19 overs, the most important.
Agreed with you. So Mohit, next, if it is Haley Matthews, what is the plan? Slow outside off stump, back the heavy field on the offside. What is the thinking?
Yeah, I think if Haley's bowling to Deepthi, it'll definitely be slow outside the off stump, because anything that's on the stump or quicker is what Deepthi will look to either lap over short fine or hit through mid wicket. So yeah, I think it will be slow and outside the off stump with a sweeper in place. And I think Deepthi should just turn the strike over to Sophie, because then with the ball turning into Sophie, she can look to go for the big hit and bring the equation down. But as far as like Mumbai are concerned, I think it will be slow and outside off for Deepthi.
Yeah, I think it is Haley. We've all called it right. So Bharat going on to even give an early prediction saying Mumbai to win by 2 runs. I don't know how many of y'all agree with that. I slightly secretly want that to actually happen, but look, it could be UP walking away with the points. Haley to Dipti then. What's going to happen? She goes inside out, just the single. So 12 of 11, and Eccleston now on strike, who Bharat wants her to hit a 6. It is going to be, almost hit out or get out kind of thing right now from Sophie. It's not going to be half-hearted stuff, unless she can manage to find the gap and run 2 and all of that. 12 of 11. Let's see how it all unfolds right now, because there's going to be lots of chopping and changing in terms of the field from Harman.
Yeah.
And nail-biting time here for UP, quite literally.
For Healy.
For Healy.
Yeah.
So Eccleston, what is she going to do? Is she going to go for the hero shot?
Yeah, just go for it. If it is in slot, go for it. If not, then just run for 1 or 2. That's all.
Okay. 116 for 5, 18.1. Remember, the magic number that they need is 128. Let us know in the comments. It's been a gripping game so far. Hopefully, you can get more of it in the Super Saturday double header. 8 of 11 so far. Sophie Eccleston, Haley Matthews to her. Full toss, low full
that's
toss.
A dot ball.
That's a dot ball. So Mumbai will take that. 12 of 10. Still nerves out there. Remember, Mumbai very proud. Not lost a single game in this tournament. I hate to keep saying it, but so far their 100% record is on the line. Mumbai will win by 1 run, saying Subhash Chandrabharta. So he's bettering Bharat's comment over there. Swept away to deep mid wicket, just a single. So that's going to be interesting as well. 11 of 9. Now
Shot
Dipti
coming
comes
for
on,
Dipti.
and Dipti Sharma's T20 game is the reason why Lisa Healy got captaincy of. Wow, Subodh, come on, mate. Take it easy, lad. You did see the first innings, right? I mean, don't forget that Dipti technically, by running Wong out, might have saved 5 to 6 runs. Who knew?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
in the grandest scheme of things, Dipti's already kind of had this game in the bag. So, if you
And
look
she
at
also got Harman out. Had like Harman batted a few more overs, Mumbai would have probably gotten to 150. So
at the time, Twitter
yeah.
was saying Harman was unlucky because it went straight to the fielder. But look, Dipti still got the
What
wicket.
is this unlucky?
And Dipti, she's gone down the ground and she's got 1 bounce for.
Nice shot, yeah, Dipti. Great.
1 bounce for, and
I
that's
think-
surely the game. 7 of 8, and Haley Matthews just too short there, but Dipti picked her place in. Next, good to see that.
It's a 4, yeah.
Good, safe option.
Safe out.
And
Surprising.
she was in control and not, yeah, it's a 4. So, yeah, good, safe option.
Right,
Just releases the pressure.
Dipti got lucky purely because Harmanpreet was batting really well at the time, and if you guys saw her dismissal,
What is unlucky?
she could have hit that anywhere else.
So that can be possible in any scenario, right?
Yeah, but like in
Yeah,
terms of the
and-
ball, it wasn't a
and
wicket.
Now
taking-
that
actually-
is,
They've scampered through for a single.
that
They've
could
got
be
the
close
thing.
though, LBW.
Plus a appeal for a run out as well.
I don't think they're going to review this.
I
Surely.
think they're just reviewing the run out appeal, and I think she has met her ground.
Who's going to be open the last? I mean, going to be open bowling the last over.
Now
I think
we
it
have
has to be Easy Wong
Easy
because
Wong,
they
yeah.
don't really have any other options now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this last crucial ball can dictate the last over and how it really goes. Still 7 of 8. It should be 6 of 7 right now because I'm guessing Eccleston made it easily. I say
Yeah.
easily. I said the same thing about Izzy Wong making it easily, and then we all, of course,
No, but
knew what
this
happened.
easily is true.
This easily is true.
Yeah.
So 6 or 7 ideally should be. UP, that means are 1 shot away from winning it, and they will, of course, go to 6 points from 6 games. Izzy Wong goes on to say Bharat Kotwani.
Yeah,
They're
Mumbai have
taking
review.
forever with this run out sort of business.
No, they've taken DRS. Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
they've
yeah. It
reviewed
had
it.
to be. It did look close. It's out.
No, it's off the toe edge of the back.
Did you hit that?
No, there's
No.
a clear gap between.
I think that
That's
could
off
be.
the bat, fully
No,
off
hit
middle of
the
the
bat
bat.
first and then the bat, I feel.
That's the bat,
Oh.
guys.
Oh,
Ah, good call. Sorry,
That's the bat.
missed it.
Yeah, so Dipti
good
gets.
read, Amish.
That's honestly just the single that they needed, and now Eccleston's back on strike. And essentially now for Sophia Eccleston, it becomes a free hit, right? I mean, not technically,
Yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah.
it-
She-
Yeah,
she
she just has to go for it. Yeah.
6 of 7, 6 of
And
7. She's
easily
home
right.
easily.
Yeah.
No
Just swing
problems
it,
there.
swing it, Sophie.
Um,
Nothing to lose.
So look, I mean, we were just speaking about the certain players of the match, and I think Sophie Eccleston's right up there. But it's been a good team effort, some would say, from UP because not anyone has beat this Mumbai team, and for them to do that is brilliant. So let's see if they can get over the line. 6 of 7. The flags are fluttering in the UP camp right now. Which IPL team can lose from here? I don't know. Maybe Bangalore. Maybe Kolkata.
Punjab.
List of you.
Yeah, I think I don't know. We've seen I think RR, Punjab, quite a few. Haley
Delhi
to
also.
Eccleston, and she gets the single. So 5 of 6, and that should really be a couple of balls, 3 balls at best for UP to get the chase done. Guys, what have you liked about today's game the best? Because it's not very often we've seen really tight games, but today, what really caught your eye, Nikhil, Mohit?
I think it was a tight bowling to begin with. Apart from those two flashy sixes early on from Haley Matthews, you felt that the likes of Gaikwad and everybody were very true with their plan. This is where we will bowl. This is how we'll go about it, and they always kept the pressure on Mumbai, which resulted in those shots and mistakes. Even the Harmanpreet dismissals a ball prior to that, there was a review. She was given out, and so that pressure made I felt Harman that okay, let me just put the pressure back on Dipti, and it did not work out. So I think they were very proactive in that sense, and the Sophie Eccleston, she's a star, and she just proved that once again, taking key wickets at the right time, never allowed Mumbai, and only due to easy Wong, Mumbai have the score that they did. So I think almost a perfect day for UP with the ball. With the bat, again, enough signs that we've seen in the past that they'll have to do some soul searching there. But yeah, they'll take this if they close it out.
Absolutely. Now, Mohit, he mentioned Eccleston over there. We saw, of course, the leading wicket takers in the competition face each other today, where Seka was not that good on the day, and Eccleston again bringing her best to the party. Who's going to win that purple cap race? Because that, I think, right now, Sophie all of a sudden has a slight advantage. Do you feel?
Yeah, definitely. Because if UP win today, I think they are more or less into the playoffs, or at least have a great chance. And considering that she might have as many as 4 more games to play, because UP probably won't be finishing first, so that means they'll have to play both the playoffs. So that gives her an extra match as well. Leading wicket taker at the ODI World Cup, leading wicket taker at the T20 World Cup. I think it's very hard to not say that it would be Sophie Eccleston here as well, especially considering how the pitches also are behaving now. So I think Sophie Eccleston is probably the favorite for the purple cap.
Right, absolutely. Now, Sophie Eccleston, she has the responsibility right now to get her team over the line because 5 of 5. So both Chavan's going to say in the comments saying, guys, we want a super over of the first ever WPL history. Come on, just concede 4 in this over. Now, Izzy Wong has started the over really well. And it's going to just be blind swinging, I'm guessing, from Sophie Eccleston because, wild swinging, blind swinging, whatever you want to call it.
But then
essentially, look at the field. I think she wants to go over offside because long off her back. So Harman,
I think if it's not happening, maybe just run it. That's all.
Yeah, maybe just run it. 123 for 5, 19.1. Is it going to be another dot ball? It is going to be another dot ball. So Izzy Wong, well done. 2 dot balls. And now the pressure again has swung. The match is not over yet, says Subhash Chandrabhata. Absolutely. Check Cricket Lyrics. Download the cricket.com app. I'm not even joking. It's gone to 6% now for the super over. It's literally crazy. Rajeshwari Gaikwad can't believe her eyes. And again, fantastic bowling. It's in the tram line. And 5 of 4, guys. Wherever you're watching, tell a friend. Watchalongs are a thing in cricket.com. We're going to be doing lots of it for the rest of the comp as well. What does the third ball say? She's gone straight down the ground, all the way for 6. What a way to finish the game! Yeah! What a way to finish the game, Sophie Eccleston. And that's the first time Mumbai have lost in this Women's T20 League. And Sophie Eccleston, well, 2 dot balls. But look, it was false hope, some would say, for all the fans like Subodh and Subhash. But look, 129 for 5. And there's just been hugs galore in the UP camp. And Dipti Sharma and Sophie Eccleston hugging. This is what we love. The league, and this is what we want to see the league and games like this. Vaishali, first words with you. I mean, brilliant game.
Amazing game, went down to the wire. Keeping the team like Mumbai in check from UP, I think well done, guys. And even from the efforts we have seen from Mumbai to take this 128 to take this down to the 20th over is amazing. A great game of cricket. I think we've seen 200 plus games, but then this game was much more interesting than 200 plus games. Great efforts of bowling, but then I think UP has some task to do, and this win should boost their confidence, and the batter should come good now.
I mean, it's honestly brilliant, not just from UP, but Vaishali as well, because she's not got many predictions right, but she's got many more even right, including today's win for UP. Next and more, just before we wrap up, because I already kind of spoke to you guys about the specifics of it, what I want to ask you right now is in slightly looking ahead, these 2 precious points, does that kind of seal their fate? Is that too early to say? Mohit and then Nikhil?
For me, I think it does. Now they are more or less through. In fact, they can even probably challenge for the second spot. Not that it matters, because irrespective of whether you finish second or third, it's the same predicament, unlike the men's league. But I think now it's a great win for them, because they might end up facing Mumbai again, either in the eliminator or more likely that in the finals. So it would give them a lot of confidence, and also to like finally defeat Mumbai. And I think they also got closer to finding their right 11 today. So I think this win will do a lot for UP's confidence, because there are some clear holes in that team. But in spite of that, to win 3 of 6 matches, and all their overseas players have now been in prime form. So lots of positives for them heading into what could potentially be a playoff berth. So yeah, lots of good things from UP today.
Yeah, lots of good things. I mean, I'm just looking over the screen because, of course, there's going to be another game, the Bangalore vs Gujarat game, and many people are saying it's already a dead rubber by the result of this game. Next, final question to you then. Mumbai, first ever defeat, and sometimes there's certain games that you lose, and the way Mumbai lost today is still commendable, right? Giving the opposition a real run for their money and not really giving it easy and throwing the game away. So still, even though they lost, it's a learning lesson and onwards and upwards from their perspective too.
Yeah, of course, and it always take one loss just before the knockouts because you do not want to lose it on that one day. But having said that, if Mumbai end up losing only 3 games and all 3 are to one side, it would be great for the tournament.
I mean, it honestly will. Well said, Nikhil. Thank you so much for your time, and Mohit as well. Vaishali will be back with me in the second innings, of course, of this Bangalore Gujarat game. I'm seeing Sophia Dunkley and, of course, Ash Gardner warm up, and that's all good signs from a Bangalore perspective. Remember, Dunkley last time hit that 68 of 27. I think Haldeen also got some runs in the reverse fixture. So let's see how that really unfolds. Bangalore Gujarat will be back at 9:10, 9:15, around that time, like a couple of hours. So you guys also get some dinner and you guys see us then. But thanks for tuning in to this first game. UP's brilliant win. They go to 6 points, 2 precious points, and more importantly, the first defeat for Mumbai in this Women's T20 League. I'm Avni Shagde and she's Vaishali. We'll sign off, but we'll come back shortly. Thanks for watching. It's a goodbye from us.